Yeah, that's one of the things about the Taiwanese triad that we kind of should bring up, especially if people are watching that aren't familiar with this region, is that But Always Nice and Haas are three very distinct Protoss players. If you take down one of them, that doesn't mean that you can take down the other. Like, they have their own styles, they have their own quirks, they have their own personalities, so they really do have a really wide berth of Protoss in this region. We do have, and we'll see if our Zerg player here can take it to them.
Indeed, we shall, as we kick off the series here on Hardwire LE, where, of course, in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player coming out from the land of Hong Kong. He is but a scientist. However, sometimes you gotta take science into your own hands. He is representing the Juggernauts. He is GogojOey.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player himself representing Good Game Gaming. GGG. It is nice.
Nice.
Nice. Oh boy.
Already able to throw GogojOey off a little bit with a forcing him to take the unnatural.
Yeah, does force the unnatural. Natural was a little bit of an inefficient opener here by GogojOey because of it. He was forced to delay his base by a little bit longer there. And yeah, I'm excited personally because we were going into game one unawares. We didn't know. We were naive. Being like, oh, triple Oracle opener is But Always. Is he going to go the hero style? And of course he wasn't. He did his own weird thing that fell on its face. But if anyone does it, it would be nice, right?
I imagine so, yeah. Definitely imagine so. Again, it's gonna be interesting to see how Nice specifically has adapted to the new meta. He's still it's not like he was one of the players to take a bit of a hiatus. He was always active and always playing in things like World Team League and other online events. But specifically, I myself have not been able to catch much of Nice. So this is a discovery kind of channel for me.
Yes. Again, it's one of those things where the hero meta popped up when we were busy with DreamHack, so we're a little bit out of the loop with a lot of these players because we weren't able to cast ESL Open Cup Asia for a couple of weeks as well. We've been busy with other things, with studies, with school. So I am curious as well as to
Sometimes both at the same time.
Sometimes both at the same time, yes. So yeah, I'm curious as to which players have adopted it and which haven't, because we have seen players like even Creator, kind of do things his own way, not necessarily like following the crowd.
We're making a list.
Checking it twice.
Yeah, we're gonna see who is Haas and who is Nice.
Ah, you got it. that is we're peaking right now, Yaku. It's all it's all downhill from here. Oh my god.
I look back in my entire time casting, and that was it. That was the best
You're
part.
like, my brain connected the dots, and we did it, and it's all over.
Then the dementia set in.
Oh no. Oh god. Here we go. So far, standard opener here from GogojOey is getting his sword base up and running quickly, checking the vision here. Ooh, his Overlord was sniped earlier. He wasn't quite able to see the tech, so he's forced to throw down some safety spores. But looking at the base of Nice, he throws down a third gateway.
That's a bit more than But Always made. And a bit more that a lot of Protoss players make.
Exactly. So with this third gateway, there is no Twilight Council, there is no Stargate, there is no tech. We're just moving out with vanilla adepts. And this hits real quick, real fast. And if this isn't scouted, which thankfully GogojOey did see them as they were coming out, this can deal a surprising amount of damage. But GogojOey, he has 16 lings on the way.
That's a lot of lings. Rotron did finish up as well for him. Important to note, this isn't a super committed adept opening coming out here from Nice. He is fine with not taking too many losses and this being cleaned up.
Yeah, exactly. This was meant to surprise more than anything, and it did surprise, but so far hasn't dealt any economic damage. There we go. GogojOey responded beautifully by making lings and not roaches just to keep up. Defends all of this, and now Nice is finally going for his tech, but it is delayed.
By quite a bit, so he makes up for that by going double with the Stargates. This lends itself very well to getting a lot of oracles.
We are in Taiwan. You know, you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. Here we go. The Adepts are trying to shade into the main base, but we have plenty of links to deal with this. Even Roach is coming out. He commits to the shade. We'll see how many drones he can actually get.
Well, the target firing is really pretty good here. It's 4 so far, and there's a lot of potential to get a couple more. Eventually, the Adepts will get cleaned up. About 7 drones this early on. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Oh, yeah. Especially if we're looking at the units lost tab. 7 drones for 9 Adepts. Glaveless Adepts at that. Pretty well worth it here for Nice to wreak a little bit of havoc. And I am a fool. I thought Nice was going to go double Stargate Void Ray. The Madman has been watching a little bit of Hero. He is going double Stargate Phoenix.
Yeah, you're not the only one who's surprised that it's Phoenixes. Although, of course, I was expecting Oracles coming out. But yeah, this is one of those alternate styles that has been popping off recently in PvZ. It's, like I said, been popularized a lot by the Wing Commander's Trap. Been popularized a lot by Hero, who has also been known for Phoenix Control back in the day. And this is a very crowd control / drone harass heavy composition coming out from Nice. Might not matter in the end because the roaches are popping in. Yeah,
the problem with this is that you have very limited energy to make use of, and your lifts are limited. We have a lot of roaches and we have a lot of lings. The lings, they just did get cleaned up though. They were a little bit ahead of the pack. Roaches are now going to rock up lings as well. Can this third base be denied?
Yeah, from where I'm looking, I think it feels like Nice should have just enough Phoenixes to shut this down, like so. And will be able to get into his mid game comfortably with 3 bases.
This is an unfortunate push here. I'm afraid to look, but how many roaches have gone down? There was 6, 10 roaches in total were thrown away. And sure, they don't shoot up, but I mean, they can still be, you can still make use of them. We can make Ravagers, of course. They can be at home defensively. They were kind of thrown away here. A good trade for Nice.
A very good trade for Nice. At the end of all that, the best thing you could say, the best thing you can say about the situation right now for GogojOey is, at least the Phoenixes don't have a lot of energy on them, but that's very easily rectified.
Yeah, you could argue that maybe the plan there was for GogojOey to buy some time. The Phoenixes were busy across the map, so now GogojOey was able to get all these spores up and running. He was able to produce all these queens as well, so he's in a better position to defend against these Phoenixes. Wasn't the most efficient trade though, and because of that, I'm surprised GogojOey is still stuck on 3 bases. His 4th is looking pretty late as Nice catches up in that base count.
Yeah, it was definitely planning to go aggressive since the start of this game. It was really banking everything on being able to cancel that 3rd base, but that has not panned out at all. Nice is about to run away with his economy, and GogojOey, I do kind of like this. He's opting for Hydras as his answer to the Phoenixes instead of Corruptors. As of course, if you don't. And as of course, the Protoss player kind of wants the Zerg player to go Corruptus here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the downside is Hydras have to run back and forth a lot to chase on the air units.
Yeah, they're not the most mobile unit as you're bringing up here. That's why we have to supplement the damage or with queens. We have a pack of queens and we have a pack of Hydras, both trying to keep up with these Phoenixes. Meanwhile, GogojOey was stuck on 66 workers for a very long time. It looked like he wanted to maybe hit a timing or an all-in, but because he was so heavily supply blocked, and he's going to get even more blocked here as more Overlords die, it looks like GogojOey reluctantly is expanding and taking a 4th base. He wasn't really planning to get into a longer game here. You can still see that he isn't really making many drones, but he's gonna have to because he's losing so much.
Yeah, basically everything is late right now for GogojOey. His 4th base is late, his tech is pretty dang late. I mean, it just reached the mid game and Nice is already getting carriers out.
That's the thing, right? Like, because of all these delays, I think GogojOey should drone right now. He's still making roaches and he's droning a little bit. Okay, there we go. We do have a Lurker Den and Infestation Pit on the way. It looks like he has accepted that we are going to the late game, but he has a lot of catching up to do, not just with drones, maybe even double expanding, taking a 5th base. He did kill a lot of Phoenixes, so that's a lot of pressure off of him. Now he should have more freedom to get into his economy.
Yeah, there's like you said, nothing. He shouldn't really have to worry too much about his drones getting picked off, even if they're being transferred or what have you. But he is playing this out very, very cautious still. Understandably, but yeah, that's not what he really wants to be doing right now. He's going for a follow-up push?
Yeah, he is. He's trying to max out on roaches. Very ballsy move, I must say. I'm shocked because he's still teched up. There we go. Hive is on the way. Lurker Den as well. So I guess he wants to try to hit a timing here. Just max out. Still stuck on 66 workers. Very all in. Basically, this push has to end the game or he's going to die trying.
Yeah, but you could definitely tell he was having that debate with himself a little bit.
Now he drones.
In his mind, the two different sides of him, like the scientist he is, were at odds with each other. He does want to clear up a little bit of supply here, so he's, or in the end, I should say rather, he decides that I need to clear up some supply. I need to get rid of some of these roaches in order to get more of a late game army involving lurkers and vipers. Well, he should be getting vipers once the high finishes.
Yeah, we'll see how much GogojOey loses here because he's going for a bit of multi-prong attack. Again, he's droning up behind this, so as you were saying, it did seem as if he was a little bit indecisive about what he wanted to do. Did he want to go for an all-in? Did he want to drone up? A bit of this, a bit of that. He does get some stack defense here with his roaches, and he's pushing in with his main army. But as you were saying, we have Tempest, we have Carriers. He has to be careful not to lose too many Hydras.
Yeah, I was going to say, those Tempest and Carriers, they are slow. They were, if GogojOey can push in when the Skytoss army is on the opposite side of the map, there may be potential to get a lot done, but GogojOey kind of reveals himself a little bit early. Skytoss army is able to deal with that. He's getting 6 Vipers. That's a lot.
that is the panic Viper button. That's when he he saw the Skytoss because again he was in the dark. He didn't see what kind of army Nice was making. He saw the Skytoss. He's like, oh my god, I need Vipers, and he's getting them. Maybe a little bit too many. GogojOey doesn't have a lot of gas to work with, but now here we go. He's taking another base. He needs a little bit of time to regen all that energy or gather energy on those Vipers. He's spreading a little creep. He can still make this work. Maybe. Again, he just can't lose too much in this harassment.
Yeah, that's definitely a pretty big if, but it's not like GogojOey doesn't have a chance at all, especially because Nice is playing pretty passively at the moment. Nice is playing that old, not really turtle style, but, you know, that old, I need to make sure I'm maxed out before I push out anywhere on the map kind of style of Protoss.
Oh, yeah, the Zest style, if you will.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, 10 workers go down to this one lurker. I mean, he does snipe a base, does knock Nice down to 3 base economy, but he has poked the bear. Here we go. Nice is going for this counterattack. We have a lot of queens, we have some hydras, we have a lot of vipers, a lot of parasitic bomb or even yoink potential. No spores though.
Yeah, it's the main thing that's missing here. If this was an actual late game scenario, then what GogojOey just did would have pretty much won him the game. Would have forced Nice to push into him and get met with the entire spore forest. But since we're not in that scenario, yeah, Nice doesn't feel too pressured. He just moves back. And he gathers, he regroups his forces, whatever he can.
Yeah, and this is going to give GogojOey a lot of time to refine his army. Here we go. +2 is on the way. Ultra Cavern is on the way as well. GogojOey is working towards that ideal late game composition. And on top of that, that creep spread isn't really being hindered. Like, it's actually making a lot of progress here. I would love for him to actually be aggressive with spores and like set up like a spore forest right in front of Nice's bases. That'd be amazing. We'll see if he can get there. As we see, he's even going for double spire.
Yeah, an interesting choice coming out here for GogojOey. He definitely has a lot of minerals banked up right now, but I guess he just doesn't want to give up too many of his drones when mining.
Exactly. Meanwhile, we have a little bit of a roach run by here. GogojOey, he wants to get rid of all these roaches. He needs to free up some supply. Meanwhile, Nice is rounding out his army. Now he has High Templar. He has Storm as well. The Skytoss army is getting maxed out. A Mothership would maybe be good. I love this. GogojOey, he's looking to snipe the Cybercore again and deny +2.
That'd be a really good way of keeping him ahead in the upgrades. A couple of disruptors are out now. GogojOey needs to be even more careful with the positioning of his ground army. Or get really good yoinks out.
Oh, exactly. He's been so careful. He hasn't lost a single Viper yet. That Hydra count is getting very high. With these spires, we can transition into Corruptors as well. Obviously, GogojOey hasn't really had an opportunity to do so, but he eventually will.
He is slowly but surely getting there. Decent yoink on a couple of Phoenixes. A couple of the Vipers do get feedback. A lot of them get feedback, but there are 6 Vipers here. So not all of them do go down. Unfortunately, not able to cancel that Purification Nova. Nice. Is just steamrolling the rest of this army.
Oh god, I was gonna say decent yoinks here on the Disruptors, and the Hydras are killing all the Interceptors, but the Tempests are doing so much behind this. We don't really want carriers to tank, and it looks like maybe a carrier can go down, but the Archons finish morphing in just in time. Nice does take that fight.
Yeah, a couple of Ultras do finish up now. That one poor Ultra, man. Just wanted to get in.
He did, and GogojOey doesn't have the gas to really rebuild his army. He is making 12 Corruptors and 7 Ultras. That's cool and all, but his upgrades don't really reflect that. You know, he had +2 range. He doesn't have any flyer upgrades. He's working on +1 air attack right now. He has +1 melee for the Ultras. Like, he doesn't even have kindness plating, I don't think. Okay, he does have kindness plating, so that's something. But oh god, that was a massive supply loss for GogojOey.
Yeah, if these Corruptors came out sooner, then that would have been an engagement GogojOey could have won. But now the carriers have rebuilt their Interceptors. Now the High Templar have regained their energy. A lot of the high-tech units just were not dealt with in that fight.
Yeah, the Disruptors, but like, we don't need Disruptors, not anymore. You know, the Disruptors were for the Hydras, and they did their job. They killed all the Hydras. It was honestly a really questionable fight for GogojOey. Like, he saw it coming. He had the creep spread. He didn't have to engage there. He could have backed on up and worked on that Spore Forest and worked on the Corruptor transition, but he took a fight that he thought he could take and miscalculated a little bit here. Oh boy, meanwhile, he's trying to harass here. Multi-prong attack once again. The Ultras do hit the fresh base of Nice.
Yeah, most of them. The rest of them are getting body blocked a little bit. And when it's all said and done, GogojOey got 1 shield battery.
Yeah, but you know what? Nice's army is distracted, or is it? You know, maybe GogojOey is distracted. He's going to try and take the main Nexus. Main Nexus doesn't matter that much because Nice, he's going across the map to try and end the game.
Yeah, I think GogojOey's seen that now. And he's making his way down base.
Yeah, exactly.
Down map.
He's racing all the way back home. Meanwhile, we only have 2 Corruptors here, so you could argue that maybe the Scatus army is looking a little bit vulnerable. The Ultras are coming on in, but we have the feedbacks.
There's our course. Yeah, the feedback's way better than the Parabombs and the blinding clouds thrown down there. I think 1 Parabomb did get up, but that's not really saying much in the grand context of things here.
Ooh. Exactly, the entire Scatus army, the Sky Zerg army falls, and Nice, he can just keep on going. Sure, Ultras are going for a counterattack, but we have Stack Defense at home. And you were talking about it earlier, Ultras, they kind of get in each other's way. They're not the most effective harassment tool, and GG gets called.
Nice. We'll take game number 1.
GG. With a very interesting opener, by the way, because that all started with double Stargate Phoenix.
Yeah. Not Oracles, not Void Race, not Oracles. Phoenix.
Yeah. I like how you said not Oracles twice there. That was necessary.
Yeah. I'm shook of.
Oh god. But yeah, GG, really well played there by Nice. GogojOey, again, he did feel, I don't know if I went either indecisive or just didn't have the information he needed. Again, it's possible that he was making all those roaches, maybe not necessarily to counterattack, but maybe he thought like a ground-based push was coming or something like that. Like maybe he thought he had to prepare for a fight when there was no fight. He didn't really see the carriers and the Tempest until he pushed out with his Hydras, you know? Like he was kind of in the dark for a while there.
Yeah, very possibly it's perhaps a combination of both. You could see him instinctually, he was relying a little bit of instinct where he's like, okay, I'll send out my push now. But then the next second, pull it back. It's like, no, wait, I need to rethink about this a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm playing off of incomplete information. What should I do? Should I just trust my gut? Should I just... Well, it's a little unfortunate here for GogojOey in that regard. But hopefully he's able to refine that a little bit. Of course, he's a scientist, so that's what he does.
It's literally what he does. You know, he refines. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the hell his job is. It works in a lab. Oh god. But regardless, he is gonna be going into game number 2 here. who are hopefully a little bit more sure of himself, hopefully a little bit more on top of his scouting, and we'll see if we can take it to the ace match as we go into game number 2.
Numero dos. And I'm glad we're getting this map while we can.
Oh.
Before we say goodbye to it. Apparently that album just turned 23.
Oh, there you go.
No, wait, that's the one that came out later. So I'm mixing up my Blink-182 albums. Anyway, we are continuing our series now onto 2000's Atmosphere LE. I would like that ride. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have the blue Zerg player coming down all the way from the land of Hong Kong. He is Dr. Gordon himself. He was a scientist in Half-Life, right? He is representing the Juggernauts, GogojOey.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player himself. He is red, representing Good Game Gaming. GGG. It is nice.
My memory's a little bit hazy here, like, I don't think we've ever had a player called Naughty or something like that, but I vaguely remember a player who went by the handle Evil.
I don't. Evil?
But, or am I thinking, oh, was it Devil?
Are you saying that you casted this person, or you saw this person?
I saw the name on a bracket at one time.
Okay.
At one point. I don't think that tournament was casted.
Okay. Okay. Where are you going with this?
It might have been a dream as well.
Uh-huh.
We need a show match between nice and not nice.
Right. Naughty and nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It sounds weird to call yourself naughty.
There's a player called Not Something.
Right.
And for short, we can just call them Naughty.
Yeah. Maybe.
A stretch, but it works.
It kind of works. It kind of works. Yeah, sure.
Speaking of things that kind of work, Stargate first.
Oh, okay.
Works pretty well.
Yeah, now that we're on a more standard map here, it looks like we're getting a more standard opener from Nice. None of this weird kind of 3-gate Glaveless Adept or anything like that. No, just a standard Stargate opener. And I'm sure GogojOey is going to be a lot more comfortable against this. He's going to be a little bit more, aware of the responses.
Yeah, should be able to react like he did previously in this series against But Always.
Oh. Exactly, very nice body blocking there with that Ling, but one drone goes down in the end, but only a single drone for that Adept or that Adept harassment. That's okay. It's okay for GogojOey. Could have been worse.
It's not bad, you know?
Yeah.
Could have lost his entire mineral line, but that's not the case here.
Exactly. He holds strong, meanwhile across the map. Nice. He is going for the Void Ray first. Void Ray is, of course, going to clear up this Overlord, and that means the likelihood of this going into triple Oracle is pretty low. Not impossible. We have seen Void Ray and then going into triple Oracle before, but unlikely.
Yeah, speaking of things that were unlikely, these Lings shouldn't be able to break in. Nice, yeah, that's nice for you. He's not quite like your players like, say, Hero, who we casted yesterday, who is willing to stretch out the maximum kind of potential. He gets that shield battery early, and speaking of early, Oracles have been made here, Light. He's getting Twilight Council behind this, which makes me think that it's not going to be that many Oracles, but you know what? You might as well go Mass Oracle, you know?
I think you've been spoiled by But Always, mate. I think, we'll see, as we do only have a single Oracle coming across the map. I believe this was spotted by the Ling, so GogojOey should be aware. We do see the spores on the way at Queen here at the natural base. The Oracle shouldn't do too much, but it looks like it's rallied into maybe even potentially throw down the stasis.
That
never
will
mind.
will make some sense, but nice. Sorry, does see some opportunity here before that spore crawler finishes up. He does get 2 drones basically for free, and he is looking to keep up this damage. He's not gonna make any more oracles. Instead, he's gonna be making a lot more depths.
Yeah, a much more classic standard follow-up here from the Void Ray first. Again, because Nice has been clearing up these Overlords, it's that much more difficult for GogojOey to get a scout off. He tries to dip in with his Lings, but again, doesn't see much of anything. The wall is a wall. He doesn't know what's happening, and he is going for +1 melee and Lings. Ooh, Stasis Trap did go off in that mineral line.
Yeah, I love to see it. Depending on your perspective.
Yeah, Nice doing so much here already with his initial Oracle. Void Ray even again clearing out a lot of the spotter Lings, but GogojOey going for a bit of a run by.
And by a bit of a run by, we mean a whole lot of Lings. About 12 Lings coming out here to try to apply some pressure on the third base. Since Glaive didn't finish up just yet, Nice doesn't reveal his hand. Funny how that times out.
Oh, exactly. The Oracle's going to clean up all these Lings, and the Mass Adept is coming across the map. This was spotted here by the Overlord and by a spotter Ling from GogojOey, so he's fully aware. He's going to be morphing in some Banelings, and can they get their connections?
There definitely is a possibility here. Banelings are one of the... they're definitely an effective answer against Adepts, but they're also an answer that just doesn't work half the time. Especially with slow Ling... especially with slow Bane, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be so careful with how you handle these Adepts. Actually, GogojOey just going across the map. +1 melee is about to finish up. He is going for
a first round.
He's going for this round. Up.
And is he going to do it? Really good split coming up from Nice here.
Oh my god.
GogojOey wants to get his connections out, but he just can't do it.
Oh.
It's slow Banes and it's off of creep.
The splits were insane. Nice just cleans up the Ling Bane, even though +1 melee finished up. It looks like Nice will not be able to get that Bane bust going. Meanwhile, he's not stopping, by the way. 22 more Lings are on the way. He's just going full on with the Lings.
53 drones is where he's going to stop for the time being. He is content to be saturated on 3 bases. He wants to reciprocate the damage, but he can't do it, Light.
That's the thing, like trying to go for a Ling Flood against Glaive Adepts, it just doesn't work. Sure, the Lings pack a massive punch, but right now they're not getting the surface area that they need, and Glaives just shred Lings.
As demonstrated.
Oh my god, he even avoids the Banelings as well. The Glaive Adepts get into the main base. Queen is going to fall. Banelings are rolling on in, but we have the split, and Nice, again, just being as efficient as possible with these Adepts.
Yeah, going to be able to get quite a little bit of damage here. Could have definitely been worse for GogojOey, but of course, that was a lot of last mining time. He is still behind in the worker count. GogojOey is sending everything he's got across the map for a counterattack because he needs to put themselves on even footing, and he can't do that by just droning up.
Oh, and to be fair, he's catching Stalkers, not Adepts, and Stalkers aren't the most ideal unit against all these Lings, but with some force fields, the surface area is reduced. Nice is defending his 3rd base, he's defending his 4th base as well. He has a very healthy probe count, and he's not done. He's moving out and forcing more Lings out of GogojOey, not drones.
And that's the last place GogojOey really wants to be right now. He wants to already be up on 70 workers, something like that, and then focus on making nothing but army units, but he can't do it right now. Nice just ain't allowing him that opportunity.
Exactly. Meanwhile, I mean, we do have a decent amount of Lings here, but the choke point is on point here for Nice. GogojOey, he just can't get the surrounds that he's looking for. Decent transfuses does keep a lot of these queens alive. Banelings are rolling on in, and they always connect with the sentries.
Yeah, they do actually soften them up a little bit, so the Lings are able to clean them up from there, but there's still a lot of Blink Stalkers here that GogojOey has to contest with, and he doesn't have a lot of army on his hands. He's making a lot of Lings, and granted, Lings are definitely a counter to Blink Stalkers, but Nice. Every time there's a sign that he could lose an engagement, he just blinks away.
I'm afraid to look, but I'm going to... How many Lings have we lost this game? 171 Lings have died, Yaku!
That's a lot of Lings. It's sure Lings are cheap, but at 171, it starts stacking up. It's 172 now.
And
a really good
rising,
number.
mate. And rising. Here we go. I mean, GogojOey does barely defend. He was able to sneak out a couple of drones. And +2 melees. You know, it's right around the corner. Oh, Stasis Trap into the main base. Can GogojOey make a counterattack work? Can he maybe try and swallow up these Stalkers? I want to believe he's just been bleeding out so much. And we have a surround with Queens? Question mark. They can't transfuse.
They're so far off creep, they cannot transfuse. A lot of them are at low energy though, I suppose, so maybe that's a risk GogojOey was thinking he was willing to take there. +2 melee is about to finish up here on these Lings, and there are still a decent number of them. Not for long though.
Ugh, yeah, we have another wave of reinforcements coming in here for Nice. Meanwhile, Zealot Runby being set up at the freshest base of GogojOey. GogojOey again, he's just really struggling to keep on up here. He is keeping the Stalker count relatively low.
Yeah, he hasn't, hasn't really been able to get in with everything he's got, and that's the run by that GogojOey needed to start turning things around, but it is just a start.
It is, yeah, it is a start. +2 melee is done though, maybe with a good enough surround. Ling Ravager is the answer to all of these, Stalkers. Not in this position though. Again, Nice doing a really good job at abusing this choke point.
This is what I'm going to miss from 2000 atmospheres. Well, not really. But, yeah, it's glad to see Nice being able to use the terrain to his advantage. Bile! You'll have to see it.
Yeah, the Biles are connecting at the same time. We do have that Zealot Runby. Does hit the 4th base of GogojOey, forces all the drones off the line, and 7 drones already going down. The Queens are left exposed. They're going to go down as well. The Ling Ravager a little bit busy here with those Zealots. I mean, to be fair, Zealots do pose a little bit of a higher threat, but again, it does mean that the Queens did end up getting picked off.
Yeah, but now that that's been dealt with, GogojOey has a bit more breathing room. I don't know for how much longer though, because Nice just finished up his 5th base, and GogojOey is struggling to saturate his 4th.
Yeah, and another wave of Stalkers come on in. Like, again, +2 melee Lings are great and all, but they really have a lot of power in numbers, and GG gets called. The numbers are not there. Nice takes the series 2-0.
Nicely done. We're not here from Nice. GogojOey definitely was keeping up with Nice for quite a while, especially in game number 1, but when it's all said and done, Nice just has a way with pressure.
He really does. He really does. GG, well played. GogojOey put up a great fight there, but in the end, his initial plan, bearing in mind, was to just Bane Bust, you know?
Yeah.
Was to Ling Flood with +1 melee Lings, and then he blindly ran into Glaive Adepts, which was just really unlucky. I'm sure he was hoping for something else. I'm sure he actually was hoping for Blink Stalkers instead, you know, like a transition into Blink instead of Glaives, and he rolled the dice and got a little bit unlucky there. A little bit unlucky.
And there was a transition to Blink.
Eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, immediately though, did not work out well at all for him. GG, Nice is going to be our first player in the upper bracket finals. Not yet the qualification match, not yet the grand finals, but kind of like a pre-finals in a way.
Yeah, a little bit. We're getting there to that upper bracket finals. Meanwhile, looks like we're going to figure out, it looks like, oh, they just, oh god, can we get in? They just started, maybe, I don't know the score.